What's good, everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today I am joined by Phineas, aka Big P. How's it going, man?
It's going great. I cannot wait for this duel. It's gonna be amazing.
So we're going to be playing a 1 million health duel today. It's going to be really interesting, especially considering that Phineas is one of the best players in the world. And we're going to be playing on Rural World. All right, so best of luck, my friend. Let's see what kind of interesting locations we get on this map. Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
Okay, here we go in for the first round on a Rural World against Phineas. It's kind of an interesting landscape here. I'm not entirely sure what I think. Mexico or Colombia, probably most likely here. Yeah, I don't know what, like these like palms in the background, it's interesting. I don't really actually know which country is going to be better here. The sun's slightly more to the north maybe, so yeah, maybe it could even be Ecuador, it's possible. I'm thinking Colombia here is more likely, so I'll probably just go for that here. But yeah, it's only round one, so like the early rounds really don't matter too much, and even if we get the wrong continent here, it should be okay. It's, you know, we have the multiplier set to 3, so all of a sudden we're going to be at 50 times damage soon, and it's going to be pretty bad. But okay, that was just in the middle of Colombia there. Good guess from Phineas, but as I said, only 300 points, so really not a big deal. But trust me, the rounds get really hard really quickly on this map, especially with the high multis. It's going to be very interesting. Regardless, next round here we have like a very interesting fence. Is it like a Latin American fence? I don't really know. Let's see what we got going in here. I guess it could just be USA. In fact, I think I like USA best here, but it didn't really strike me as typical US off the bat, which I mean, I guess is pretty typical for this map. You get a lot of weird rounds, but I guess I would just go like Oklahoma or something here. I mean, as I said, like, we're going to be going the wrong continent at least a few times here, and I'm not even 100% confident about this guess. It could be South America, it could be like Argentina or something, I suppose. The house is even weird. It could be Europe, I don't know, we'll see. But it was indeed in Texas there. We both go Oklahoma, which is pretty fun. It's always good to see when you go the same direction as someone else. And as I said, guys, Phineas, definitely, if you're talking about Geoguessr YouTubers, he's probably the most skilled one, so definitely worth checking him out. But let's see here. We got, okay, what have we got here? Some concrete poles, kind of look like Malaysian poles to me. I might just go for it here, especially because it's still early days. Put the pressure on, see if we can actually make something of it. Like, they're very thin, though, which would remind me more of, like, Borneo, but the landscape itself probably reminds me more of Peninsular Malaysia here. So yeah, I don't actually know what's exactly better here, but I guess I'll just go, I don't know. Yeah, I actually don't know what's going to be the better guess here. Maybe because they are thin, I should go over there. I'll just try it. Let's go in Kuching and see. And it was indeed in Miri. Very difficult round there, but Phineas also getting it there. So glad that we made the right switch, but yeah, it's pretty much even Steven just so far. Next one here, what are we looking at? Some Russia action probably. Maybe, well, this is interesting. Got like a yellow sign there, long antenna. Kind of reddish dirt here. When I see reddish dirt, like I'm thinking of Bratsk or somewhere in here. I feel like this stuff is more likely. You got the short antenna as well. So I'm thinking like, yeah, somewhere around Ufa or something like that could be fine here. I'll just go for it. Again, we're still pre-multis here, so this shouldn't like be a huge round. But actually, it could just easily be Moscow as well, because it isn't very hilly. So yeah, to be honest, I like that area maybe a bit more now, but we'll see. And it was just kind of halfway between there, and it's going to be minimal damage once again here. So pretty even start so far, and now it's round 5, the last round before multis. Looks like Ghana or something like that to me. Yeah, it's going to be Ghana here. Not too far north, just because we have like a ton of palms and it's very green. So I think this is just to kind of guess and go. Okay, and it was all the way south there. Phineas goes for the same guess. So thus far, very similar guesses indeed. And you can see that the HP is basically the exact same. So obviously we're going to have to wait for those kind of more defining rounds where things are a little bit more difficult here. Regardless, here we have a short antenna. It kind of feels like Eastern Europe, does it not? And the trees are quite thin, so maybe even above the Baltics in Finland or Sweden or something like that, but could easily be Baltics as well. Not really sure what I prefer here. I mean, it's not a typical round, regardless of what it is, I feel. So the question is, could we see a pole peeking through the trees here? I don't think we can, which makes life obviously a little bit harder here. I could like just guess here if I wanted to, you know, be that kind of guy, but I guess I'll just go Latvia here. I don't really know what's going to fit better, but obviously it's 4 times damage, so this round is immediately going to be more significant than anything so far, and it was just Finland there, so not a bad guess by Phineas. It's going to be over about 4,000 points damage there. Not insignificant. From here on in, every time we get the wrong country, things have the potential to be bad. Okay, 7 times damage here. Black car. Is this like France or the UK? I would say it's probably the UK actually, so I'm just going to put the pressure on here with this guess. Yeah, because I feel like black car long antenna you do see there. And we've got like hedgerows, kind of like a very thin street as well, which would remind me of the UK. And then looking in the background, like quite like a British or Welsh kind of landscape there. And yeah, exactly. Our opponent Phineas goes in the exact same place there. We're right near Swindon, and it's going to be a little bit of damage there. Okay, 10 times damage now. It's winter coverage. We're driving right-hand side of the road based on this car over here, so it should be Russia, I imagine. But here we have like a Greek bollard, maybe? Looks like a Greek bollard to me. In which case I would say this is further north in Greece somewhere, but couldn't be entirely sure. But yeah, I was kind of thinking of going like somewhere around here, especially because I kind of got that kind of Russian or maybe even Turkish vibe when we first loaded in. So we'll see if that's correct or not. I mean, it is dry, but there's still kind of a lot of trees, so I don't think it would be like Crete or something. And it was in the north there indeed, so that's at least some nice damage for us here, kind of getting it back for the Finland round before. We're back in the lead indeed, so that's good news for us. And here we go to 13 times damage here. We haven't had anything insanely difficult yet, but we will eventually go the wrong continent, I can tell you that much. Here we have what looks to be some Argentina. Yeah, and yeah, we do have this sort of like a piece of plastic here, which you do see definitely always in Argentina as well. Now, last time we had a round like this, people were saying it's around San Martin that you get a lot of these monkey puzzle trees, these ones here. So I think that's where I'll go here. I don't really see a reason not to. Maybe a little further north here, but let's just go for that and see what's going to be good. Definitely a unique looking round here, and I'm kind of curious. Like, Phineas is the type of player who might actually try and line up the road here. He's really good at that, so could be a problem for me. I think on a round like this, it's definitely good for me to go quickly if I can. And indeed, it was just, oh man, that's right where we clicked at the start, but we both got good guesses there, especially when you consider how huge Argentina is. I'm happy with that. So definitely solid performance from both of us here, I'd say, so far, but who knows, the guesses might degenerate a little bit when the pressure gets higher on the high multis. Regardless, this is Russia, and what do we have here? This is kind of a bit concerning because like I don't know. I'm looking for larch trees. These are all pines as far as I could tell. So I guess this is a bit further north. And do we have the red car? We don't have the red car, so I guess this is just kind of up here somewhere, in my opinion. I guess like that's my vibe, so I think I will just go for the guess here and see. I'm a little worried. It is very sandy. It could just be so good, but normally around so good you get the like red Google car with like the red backlight. So I feel like we're not there. And yeah, it was over this direction. Yeah, so definitely his guess would make sense, but I don't think the Google car fit. 16k damage there. That's pretty good. Could have certainly gone further over east there. I'm not really sure why I didn't, but I'm, easy to say that in hindsight, I guess. Next one here, we've got the white Google car. It feels like Bolivia to me. Could it be Peru as well? Yeah, it could be. But those are the two countries available with this landscape, I would say. Maybe Peru is actually better. I'm struggling to think where this would be in Bolivia. Now I'm looking for any like smudges on the car or anything. Maybe Peru is actually better here, guys. I don't know. Definitely an interesting one. I feel like, yeah, I feel like I'd recognize it if it was Bolivia. So I want to go Peru here. Let's just go like here somewhere or something like that here. And it was just North Peru instead, so that's going to be big damage here. Nothing too insane, but yeah, 25k moves Phineas back into the lead here. Next one here is 22,000 damage on Southeast Asia, I want to say, with like these kind of tree plantations here. It feels very Southeast Asia. What do we have though? Could be like, could be Malaysia here, certainly could see it. Could be Indonesia as well. Maybe Sumatra is possible, but I don't know, what's this ditch here as well? I mean, it looks like we're driving left-hand side of the road, which would fit. We also do have a left-hand driving car here, but then where in Indonesia would it be is kind of confusing to me. So maybe it is just another Borneo or something like that here. I might water hedge it here because I'm actually not sure. I feel like it can be either way. So I'm going to go for that here. We'll see what Phineas does. I feel like actually 22 times damage, hedging your bets isn't bad. And yeah, it was just in Bengkulu there. It's going to be big damage, but nothing too crazy. Just another 25k. So good guess from Phineas, definitely. 25 times damage here on round 13. And we're going to be somewhere in Kenya. I don't know my Google cars on Kenya. unfortunately, but I thought this is east of Nairobi. That's the vibe I kind of got here, so something like this could certainly work. I'll just go for that, kind of hedging for like all these like national parks over here, I think would be my guess. But yeah, you could kind of get that like very deep kind of pinkish orange soil around here, around Kitui. So that's kind of my theory for this one. I could be wrong though. So let's see where Phineas goes here. Was, yeah, all the way down there, so that's a pretty good guess, all things considered, and we're only going to lose 1.9k there. Definitely haven't had a good guess compared to Phineas in a while here, so I wanted to kind of bounce back a little bit on one of the next rounds. This looks like Austria, or maybe Slovenia even, if we have the long dashes on the outside, so I guess it should be Slovenia. I don't really know. I don't think Austria does the long dashes very often at all. And if it is Slovenia, then probably pretty far east here. Interesting, like, white street sign there. Not too many points should be on offer here, but I would like to get the country, and I think it is Slovenia. I couldn't be sure, because, like, this view kind of feels quite Austrian. So I guess I'll just go right on the border. Like, there's really no harm in doing that. Let's just go like that. And it was indeed right on the border. Yeah. We're, like, literally a few kilometers away, at most. So it does make sense that it looks so much like Austria. And next one here is 31 times damage. You know, it's different to the normal duels, guys. This is seriously high stakes. And here we have a yellow plate. So what is the meaning of that? Maybe this is actually Colombia? Yeah. I would say this was Colombia, right? I'm just trying to think what else it could be. I mean, surely it's not Cambodia. I mean, or like, yeah, something like that over in... Yeah, I think so. It has to be Brazil or Colombia, but I think that's a Colombian plate. I guess Mexico's also... No, Mexico never has soil this red. And the poles here, it's kind of hard to tell what kind of poles they are, actually. What about this one here? Yeah, it kind of just looks round, but it could be Brazilian too. The problem is I don't think the plate fits for Brazil, so unless I'm missing something big here, I think that's kind of where I'm going. And I think everything does fit enough, especially because we have the mountains to the west, not the east, so like something here could certainly work. I guess I'll just try that. And it was actually Brazil there. He actually goes in Roraima though, so similar guess to mine, and it's only going to be 11k. But we could have done huge damage there had it not been, I mean, I don't know, I just thought it was the wrong plate. I guess it was because the soil was so red that it kicked up dust onto the plate, and yeah, I don't know, difficult one. Okay, next one here, USA, probably. Like, very interesting, like, we do have yellow lines here, but it feels like strange, right? But yeah, the Google car being nothing definitely, like, would suggest US here. And it is kind of overgrown in, like, a tropical way, but I don't see any southern pines, so I'm still a little bit confused about where this should actually be. It's definitely around where a lot of points are on offer. Maybe that does feel a bit further north here. I don't know. I feel like I kind of got to hedge it a bit here because I like south initially, but I can also see quite north here. I really can. Like the brambles. I don't see anything that like looks tropical. You know what I'm saying? So I actually will go kind of like Virginia here as a hedge. And okay, it was actually just Louisiana indeed. So interesting here. I went for a similar guess there, and it's going to be 11k, but obviously we could have gotten a lot more if I was thinking of Florida initially. I never thought of Louisiana, but it makes sense with the lack of like southern pine trees that it was there. Okay, next one here. We've got antenna on a blue car. With like a lot of yellow flowers here. This is interesting. Baltic is possible here, but maybe actually quite a bit further south here, like Romania, maybe Romania. It's not a black back of the sign, but I thought of Romania, maybe Czechoslovakia as well. Might like hedge at Slovakia here. Could certainly see that. The little cap on the top there is not black, which you would normally see in Czechia. Bollards there are visible and would fit, I would say, so I feel good about Slovakia here. Let's give it a go. And it was indeed Lithuania, unfortunately. He goes Hungary, which is pretty reasonable, and it's going to be 6k damage, but yeah. And it's interesting how similar our wrong guesses have been, as well as our right ones. But obviously, I would like to change that and start making some good guesses myself. This is India, and that's kind of bad, because I don't know India well at all. What is this, then? Yeah, I don't know if this is like super north or like actually south as well. Could be the case. I guess I just have to go north here because I feel like that most of the like landscape like this is just up here, so we'll see. And okay, we actually 5k'd there. He goes southern. It's going to be massive damage, the most damage so far, 128,000. So we move into the lead just on one good guess there. And to be honest, I could have gone where he went. It's not a bad guess, but I just didn't see a single palm tree in sight, so I kind of thought it's more likely. Okay, this is like France, so it's like southern France or Corsica. I'm just trying to think what's better out of the two. Could hedge it, but I feel like southern France actually kind of fits better here. We'll see if that's the case, but I guess I'll just go here. I'm still worried about Corsica, but I've kind of hedged towards Corsica, so if it's there, we're not going to lose an insane amount, just quite a bit. And indeed it was, wow, that was Spain. Or even Portugal. That makes a bit more sense then, huh? And he goes Corsica indeed, so yeah. I mean, definitely a difficult round, but both of us missing the country anyway, so I'm not sure how deserved those points we just got were. Anyway, next one here is Baltic, I want to say, but like a very dark soil. So I guess it could be Russia. Yeah, what can you really say here? Like, we don't really have anything to go off of bar this, like, kind of wide-ish dirt road and a lot of Scots pines and all that bit. Could even be elsewhere. Then the countries I mentioned, like Poland, feels actually kind of decent here. But I think I'll just go Lithuania, because I don't really see what's going to be better than that. And it was Poland indeed. He goes in Latvia, and it's going to be a tiny bit of damage going our way there, 2.3k. So, yeah, this duel actually might not be that much longer, because up to 49 times damage now. If we go wrong continent or something, it's absolutely devastating. This is actually going to be Cambodia. Now, I think, like, this kind of dry stuff shouldn't be too far from Phnom Penh. But I kind of forget where it actually is, so yeah, I mean, let's see. We do have like almost a yellowish plate there, but this is not Laos. Laos looks different, so yeah, I don't actually know where this is going to be. Let's get our marker down here. I thought of this stuff, but now I'm also kind of thinking it could be further north. I'm just going to go here, and oh wow, it was Laos. Okay, I did not expect that. That makes sense. I mean, it was right-hand drive and everything. 86k points, whoops. Yeah, you guys could see I wasn't really sure where to go in Laos, but okay, I just really kind of discounted it because I didn't recognize the round, but that's super dry. Next one here, this is going to be Ecuador, and it should be just somewhere in the mountain pass type of vibe here, so kind of freaking middle of the country should be fine. Any other further thoughts here? Not really, other than that I think middle is pretty good, so I'll just go for that here. We'll see if it's correct or not. Maybe like where I clicked is probably too much of a valley. We're actually like in a proper mountain pass here, so maybe like around, yeah, a bit further south, looking at this stuff here. That made sense. But hey, it's fine. It's good damage. 6k, we'll take it. We are still in the lead based on that India guess, but basically only on the back of the India guess. Everything else has been pretty even so far. This now is pretty huge damage available. It's going to be like Norwegian street signs, right? And this is feeling north. This is surely somewhere in the north of Norway. So maybe, I don't know, like, where would this be, actually? Maybe this stuff is actually more likely, because, yeah, I don't think there are actually that many roads up here that fit as well, so I'm going to go with this stuff instead. And, yeah, we're really close there, but so is Phineas. A bit more good damage there, but, yeah, just 6k is good. Brings him below 800,000 health, which is obviously pleasing. 58 times damage now on the USA. Let's see what's going on here. This is interesting. What's the vibe, actually? So, in terms of trees, they could be a bit further north. Ooh, this is not Alaska, I'm pretty sure. Like, some of the trees are a bit too too south feeling. But it almost like had like a similar vibe to it. But this house, I don't think I would expect that. So, given that that's the case, given that I had that thought, do we go like Wisconsin, Minnesota, or do we go much further south? I don't know. I feel like I do want to try this, but maybe I gotta hedge for Kentucky, maybe. I don't know. I'll just go like Missouri here, and it was Missouri indeed. Well, yeah, I don't think our final guess registered, but it's still good. It prevents us from losing a bit more than we otherwise would have. But yeah, I just kind of like had to really think the whole time there. But anyway, next one's a lot of damage available here. These are like salt pans. We got a bit of black tar here. So not Bolivia, presumably. So Argentina feeling the best here. It is like relatively flat and desolate. There's not much going on in the way of like actual vegetation here. The sun definitely to the north, so that's all good. Where do we actually want to guess here? Like it could be quite south here. I'm thinking of like Chubut or something like that. I don't know what's actually good here though. We should take our last few moments to think here. I think this is definitely a pivotal round. Mountains are bigger over there to our west, for sure, so I guess somewhere a bit further west here should work, at least like some place, but I'll just go Chubut here, we'll see what it actually is, and oh no, it was all the way north in San Juan. So yeah, huge damage here, obviously 70k, it's no good. At least he didn't 5k, but that's a pretty bad guess from me, honestly, kind of average. To be honest, Argentina's never been my country anyway, so I guess, you pick your battles, and that's one of the ones I've kind of not really learned. Next one here is Norway, I presume. This could be further south than one would think, but I'm not so sure. I think this might be the type of round where I'm just tempted to click middle because it gives you a north vibe, and yet something's a bit wrong, maybe. Like some of these pines feel a bit more southern. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'll actually just go middle here. I think middle actually works quite nicely. And it was further north there, near Alta, so yeah, it's going to be big damage again here. Ooh, 62 back-to-back, yeah, but he's got a significant lead now, unfortunately. That's okay, that's okay. I still think we can come back here with the right guesses. This one, short antenna, almost gives you like a bit of Poland here with all these pine trees, but could even be further south or something. Like, the fence is really interesting here. I'm not really sure what that would tell me at all, to be honest. So yeah, I think it's Poland or south, though. I don't really get like a massive north vibe here. So France also possible. Maybe like Czechia or something, but I don't really know about that. Okay, so what else? What else could this realistically be? I want to like list off all the countries with, like, Romania's possible. Like Belarus? I mean, Ukraine? I couldn't say Ukraine's impossible, but I highly doubt it's there. What about even further south stuff, like Bulgaria or something? It could be, you know. It ain't impossible. It ain't impossible. Italy and France and Spain even. I couldn't discount that this would never be, like, I couldn't say this would never be Spain, but like at the same time, I don't know. This is very difficult. This could be any country at the same time. It doesn't really fit that well for any country, if you know if you kind of catch my drift here. Like, it's just so generic and weird. Okay, he goes for the guess here. I could even see myself switching to France in the last seconds here, just because of the white sand. Like, it's kind of weird. I could Germany hedge it as well. I don't know, like, I kind of feel like Germany hedging here is actually okay, because I feel like it could go either direction. And it was Spain there. That's unfortunate, obviously. Huge damage once again here, 89k. So back-to-back-to-back bad rounds here. He actually goes Balearic Islands there. Interesting. Good guess. I mean, you got the country, so that's definitely respectable. Next one here. I think this is like Czechia or Slovakia. I think I'll just go Slovakia on it here. I think so, yeah. We'll see. Fast guess is probably a good idea. Wooden poles as well. I just feel like I've had like a similar like region to this before. So maybe I'm being overconfident here, but I have no idea, to be honest. Well, it's a really interesting pole top here. I have no idea what this is, to be honest, but we'll see if I'm right. And, okay, well, Slovakia there. He goes Hungary, but we got the country, and he's slightly closer, but, oh, actually, we're slightly closer, ever so slightly. Very, very little distance between us there. Equidistant is the right word to describe that. Okay, 73 times damage now, and we are in Thailand, I want to say. Now, what else is possible here? Surely Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia are the biggest options. But maybe we should just go. The question is, like, ever Brazil? I don't think so. I think it's like too sandy. I don't think this tree fits particularly well. So I'm gonna put the pressure on here because it's well possible that he doesn't know, or that we can, you know, kind of get him to do a bad guess if our guess is also bad, you know. So yeah, we'll see. I think I'm just kind of hedging here. Like, it's probably more likely to be Thailand or Laos, but I think Cambodia is still, you know, an outside possibility. So we'll see. And where's it going to be? Okay, it was Cambodia indeed. He goes for the same guess as us here. And it's going to be 9k there, so really looking for making another nice guess here. I would love to, you know, get around that I'm particularly familiar with. We haven't had any Aussie, have we? Or basically none so far. This is going to be somewhere in Botswana. Sun is north. Feeling great about Botswana here. Should be further north here, like around the lakes or something like that here, so I guess I would just go here, but I mean, it could be further south as well, like around the capital. Yeah, I don't really know. Like, it's just feeling like likely, to be honest, so we'll find out soon enough if that is correct or not. I feel like there's like a smaller trail in here. Like, it could be like, I don't know where it would be, but like maybe like all north of it, like one of these roads here. Okay, we actually got the right road there. That's pretty pleasing. He goes for a decent guess though, so it's only going to be 29,000 points damage there. But hey, we'll take it. That's finally some damage back on him. Next one here is probably Botswana or South Africa again, just dry and hilly. This one is probably, yeah, this one, okay. I think it's going to be Botswana again, and this time I'm thinking like around Saroa or something like that, Sarova, however you pronounce it. This feels good, although it could also just be around the capital. Okay, he actually gets the right hills there, but yeah, it's a fine guess from us there, so it's going to be just about the same amount of points back. Yeah, 20k for 20k on Botswana there. Next one here, Europe. Ooh, interesting. 82 times damage here. We've got black car, long antenna, so presumably Russia. Do we have anything else? like poles in the distance are pretty much obscured here. Yep, he sends a laughing emoji. I think this is definitely that kind of moment. So presumably you go kind of Western Russia here. Black car long antenna, really, you would see it like Italy, France, and Spain as well. I don't think any of those countries fit particularly well, though I could be convinced otherwise. I feel like, nah. So I guess we just hedge like Western Russia around Moscow here. I think that's a good guess. I think that's a good guess here. If we're wrong, we're wrong. The game couldn't end here, but it could really get close to ending here if you 5Ks or something. So, yeah. I mean, what else is even possible? Maybe, yeah, I don't really see, like, maybe Poland. I don't think it has that car much, but, yeah, we'll see here what this actually is. Ah, man, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? And, okay, it was just Chelia there, and, yeah, Phineas goes not too far from us. He's actually closer. It's funny because we kind of look closer, but it must be like a curvature of the Earth kind of moment there. Anyway, next round here, 85 times damage. And we are in the Faroe Islands. This is pretty much a skip, so let's just go in here and make our guess after I've refreshed the game and see where is it going to be. No doubt, Phineas is going to try and 5K this, but I'm not really going to contest him on that. We can just click middle here and call it a day. And would you look at that? We still managed to get closer. That's very pleasing. It's going to be a matter of a few points here, 500, which in a normal duel is a lot, and in a million health duel is nothing. Okay, 88 times damage now. I didn't expect us to get to 100x damage, but we could here. It should be like US or Canada. I would really just be tempted to just slam it in like Montana, Idaho border here. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for that because it feels very north, and yeah, I don't know, it's got that kind of vibe of like just US forest here. So somewhere in the Rocky Mountains, but it could be down to Colorado. I want to say it's further north, but we'll see. Definitely like Phineas is pretty good on US, and wow, he goes Mexico. Ooh, that's huge for us guys. It's not gonna be the win, I don't think, but it is 300,000 points. Okay, actually puts us back in the lead. That's huge stuff. Very pleasing indeed. Obviously, with us, it's been the big blows. Like we've managed to hold on those harder rounds and survive the big blows. And here we have some Australia, so everything's looking up here. This should be around here, the Monkey Mia, Francois National Park, Francois Perron National Park. If he doesn't know it, he's in trouble. But I'm pretty sure it's there. So let's see if Phineas knows the Google car here. Ooh, imagine if we do back-to-back 100,000 plus damage here. Let's see if we can. And he knows it. Okay. Well done, Phineas. He knew the Australia car meta. That's good. That's good. And, okay, so we got an even duel back on our hands here, guys. I don't know. This is very interesting stuff indeed. I see why you went Mexico on the last one, but to me, it was immediately US as well. Okay, this is like Ireland, surely. But could it ever be like Spain or something, or France? I could actually see that. Okay, bit of grass in the middle of the road here, but look at that, it's a bit of eucalyptus here. I think I should put the pressure on here. I actually don't think this is Ireland, which it looked immediately to be. Yeah, Spain or France maybe, but yeah, this is a eucalyptus. I know this, I live in Australia, we have these trees everywhere, of course, so I feel like I'm right, but we'll see. It could even be like a Portuguese island maybe, and, oh, it was South Africa. Oh my gosh, and he goes to Ireland, so our guess is, you know, only going to get us 500 points, but that is very interesting. Oh my goodness, okay. Wow, if I thought of that, bro, it was over for him, but I did not. Okay, this one is going to be somewhere in probably Bangladesh. I mean, these guys look Bangladeshi. The tricycle they're on is very Bangladeshi too, I feel. This is like a relax round because nothing too huge is going to happen here. This kind of feels like the very center of the country to me, assuming it is Bangladesh, which, yeah, it really should be. So I would kind of click like right here or something like that. And it was just a little bit north of Dhaka instead. So, okay, what do we got here? Rock wall, cacti, blue car, very strange round. Should be Mexico, I think. Could it ever be... Yeah, I think the cobblestone would mean like Mexico's best here. It's very dry though. So what is this, like SLP maybe? Yeah, I could see it. I think I might just have to guess there, like, yeah, just kind of do this kind of thing. Is anything else actually reasonable here? I can't think of anything else, you know, like maybe Brazil, but Brazil would be weird. I don't really see anything that looks particularly Brazilian in the distance either. And I feel like I would have seen, do we see any pole? Nothing. I feel like I would have seen this if it was Brazil, you know, because I played quite a bit more Brazil than Mexico. So yeah, we'll see here. He puts the pressure on. Think I'm just happy to go middle Mexico here. Let's see it though. And it was just, yeah, kind of closer to Mexico City there. Not too bad though. It's only going to be, what, like 48,000 points of damage there. Ooh, we're only just in the lead now though. Mexico's a big country. I think the, like, Cobblestone Road makes sense for further north there. I mean, further south, because it is kind of more the historical part. Anyway, this is Canada. And I saw this glitch yesterday in Alberta, so I'm gonna probably want to go Alberta, but I don't actually really have any like strong vibe that it would actually be there. What about plate? Actually, it's a bit red. Guys, I'm gonna try something silly. Okay, let's try this. Screw it. It is a bit red, low key. Okay, I might be right here. I might be right. So this meta stuff is ridiculous, but I saw this like glitch on the Generation 2 there yesterday, so I'm gonna try it out here. It feels like the vegetation feels further south, but it was north of Edmonton. No way, did I just discover a meta accidentally? And it's gonna be 42,000 points of damage there, bringing us back into the lead. Okay, guys, okay, I was cooking, and this should be like maybe a Colombian island. It's the black car here, yeah. I forget which one is which, but I feel, oh, it's not Bermuda, right? Yeah, no, it doesn't. Yeah, it's Spanish. Okay, and we go down here. I think this is the North Island. I'm just gonna go for it though, because I can't actually remember. I think San Andreas had the silver car and this one's the black car, but I always remember it the wrong way around, so I guess we'll find out soon enough. But yeah, they're both pretty cool islands, and I think a lot of times people forget which ones or where they are. But yeah, they both belong to Colombia despite being next to Nicaragua. Okay, so damage is, yeah, still relatively even. We're on 100, we're on round 41. I think that's actually really impressive that we got that far, regardless. And this is yellow plates somewhere in Israel. Now, what's the vibe here? Israel actually is significant at this point in time. And I want to say that this is, I actually don't think I get a north vibe off it, but I don't get particularly south either, so obviously that's a bit concerning. I don't really know what the play is in that circumstance. Maybe I just kind of click middle. I'm just going to do that. And it was further north instead. Okay, yeah. We both go there. I feel like the reason we went there is because it was quite rocky on the side of the road here, like kind of a lot of big rocks. So I don't know. We'll be interested to see what Phineas says, but yeah, definitely kind of the vibe I got there. Next one here is what? Interesting round here. I don't really know what I'm feeling like. Obviously, Europe is the best here. Maybe Romania, but then are the lines really Romanian? I'm not so sure about that. Could be. Yeah, it could be Romanian, actually. I mean, like, the signposts and everything, yeah, it kind of feels Romanian. Okay, sure. But it's very flat. And it feels almost like, it almost felt like Baltic or something. Like, it is concerning here. I feel like I gotta go North Romania in order to, like, hedge my bets a bit here. So like kind of this kind of area here maybe. What else could actually be France? I don't know. Well, I'm kind of curious here. Oh, it was just North Romania. Wow, that's a really good guess. Obviously going to be huge damage there. 138,000. Happy with that, guys. That's just like honestly, it was a bit of hedging, but like it didn't. It also just kind of felt a bit colder than normal or something. So I'm happy with that. Okay, next one here going to be Thailand, and I don't know. What are we feeling here? Like, it's like, shouldn't be too far from Bangkok, I think, but could it be like deep south as well? I don't know. Okay, what are these like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, standard ones. I think I just go Bangkok here, honestly, guys. Like, it's like a lot of times the strange stuff in Thailand is around Bangkok, so that's my theory here, that where there's like kind of coastal, weird kind of coastal vegetation, and just hope it's not like deep south Phuket or something, which it easily could be. But yeah, I don't know. This is a very interesting round, regardless. Let's see where he goes, and yeah, it was deep south there. Unfortunate. I feel like you kind of have to go where we went, but unless you know it, and yeah, we did not know it, apparently. So, I mean, we could have won the whole duel there, but that's the way it goes. Next one here is going to be Botswana, and I feel like this, I might have the road here, or do I? Nah, not so much, actually. I feel like it's west, though, and it's very sandy, so that would make sense. I feel like it's this kind of stuff, but, or maybe a bit further, like this way, but I think that's a sealed road, so, yeah, I don't know, like, would it actually be that? I think the angle never really fits here too well. So yeah, I don't think so then. Then I'm not so sure though. So maybe around Mound instead? Yeah, I guess you have to kind of go for that. Because like, I really initially thought over here. But doesn't really feel super Mound. I don't know, I feel like I kind of have to just hedge it here. Let's see what it actually is. Okay, well, it's further south there. That's a good hedge. It's going to keep us in the game, obviously. Not a best guess, but he doesn't get the best guess either, so... Yeah, I mean, that's a hard round. There's a lot of, like, weird, like, really random roads in Botswana, and so you just never really know. Okay, next one here is Turkey, and it feels like really southern Turkey to me. We have, like, this huge ridge south. It almost felt like South Africa or something, but, yeah, they're like, everything's wrong with South Africa. And are they mountains there? I don't think so. But if they're mountains, then that's really concerning, because I have no idea where they would be. Is it actually a mountain? I think it is actually mountains, you know? Like, or is it really just ominous cloud? Like, I don't know. Regardless. We can work with this really, like, south mountain range here to try and get a good guess. Could be something like around here, maybe. But it felt like, yeah, it felt like Syria to me. But it's a lot of corn, though. So, maybe it is further west? I don't know. I'll just go for the guess here. Like, I kind of felt good about anywhere on this southern stuff. We have big mountains, so maybe Gaziantep area, maybe, like, this area here, Karaman area. Or maybe it's just middle of the country, but yeah, we'll see where it actually is soon enough here. Very curious to see what this could be. And, okay, it was instead of Syria, it was Iraq border. But yeah, we go for the same guess, basically, here, taking him down below 260k. Oh man, it's been a while since we had like a real round that separated us, apart from like the Botswana, I guess, but this is no car, this is Southeast Asia. Ooh. Yeah, or is it Latin America? Could be Latin America here. Ooh, we need to see a pole here. Oh man, the poles are cheekily hidden away. Okay, what else could this be, guys? I thought of like Sri Lanka, I thought of Colombia or Mexico. Mexico's honestly not bad here, but like, what are these, like, hedge rows? That's really strange, I must say. What about this little path here as well? Ooh, yeah, I don't know, what will he do here? What will he do? It's kind of a big question, because I could try and guess what he's gonna guess. Look at these, like, African-looking trees, like, almost like a big boab or something. It's not, but, you know, kind of gave me that vibe. Anyway, okay, logically speaking, could this be Sri Lanka? Yeah. Do I think it is, though? No, I don't think so. I think, like, these rubbish-looking trees are too strange for that. Indonesia would be really... It'd be such a weird hedgerow for Indonesia. So, I guess Mexico or Colombia, and I think Colombia overall. So, I guess that's what I'm going to go for here. Let's see what it actually is, guys. And it was Colombia. Oh my goodness. We actually just take it there, I'm sure of it. And there we go. Wow, GG's to Phineas. That was a crazy game. Thought of that one in the end. GG's, Phineas. And let's go have a chat to him.
Yeah, GG's.
Yo, GG's, Phineas. That was a crazy game. Actually, a really fun duel.
Yeah, that's crazy. My first thought was Colombia. And I just convinced myself, you know, that's an Asian cow right there, so.
Honestly, like, I was completely between Colombia, Mexico, and Sri Lanka. That was my three main thoughts there, so.
Yeah,
I don't know.
my first thought was Colombia, the second thought was Mexico, and then I just thought Sri Lanka.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you also went Sri Lanka. Okay, that's actually hilarious that we had the same thoughts. I mean, like, honestly, could have easily gone one of those countries.
I mean, I was also thinking like other countries in Asia, to be honest, but those are my top three. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, Phineas, that was a great duel. We should definitely do it again one day, and maybe on a more conventional map.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
with
great.
Those kinds of South Africa rounds.
True. But, okay, Phineas, thank you so much for coming on the channel. Go check out Phineas's video as well to see his perspective on all those rounds. And yeah, like and subscribe. Peace, guys.